Hi, it's Colleen from Keeping the Peace, and welcome back to another episode of Colleen Answers Your Questions. Today, our question comes from Big Lou in the down bar of episode 38 in this series where we talked about what is dry fire. He says, what are your thoughts on trigger jobs for your concealed carry weapon in terms of pull weight? Will you make a video on this topic? I think it would help those who might be considering one. I have personally never done a trigger job on any of my carry weapons. However, I would love to do one on my SIG P938. I just haven't done it, basically. I haven't done the research I need to pick the trigger that I want, and I haven't put the money aside yet to pay for it. So I definitely am someone who does not have anything against doing trigger jobs. However, I have heard people kind of say things like, well, you shouldn't have a light trigger on your carry gun, or things like that. I've definitely heard people have very strong opinions against it. My opinion is that if you train with it, you're proficient with it, and you're using safe gun handling, then a light trigger should be no problem. I definitely wouldn't put a super light trigger on a gun with no safety mechanism, but I choose to carry guns with manual safety mechanisms. So, you know, in my opinion, I could have a very, very light trigger and be perfectly safe if I'm using my safeties properly, which I do. I definitely wouldn't put a super light trigger on a gun with no manual safety. So I guess that's the only determining factor in my opinion. Train well with whatever you choose. If you do a very light trigger, you know, train with it. Make sure you're using all of your manual safety mechanisms, and make sure that you're using very safe gun handling. But you should be doing that before you're considering a trigger job anyway, most of the time. So I'm not sure if I answered your question. I hope that's what you were looking for. If you're looking for a lot of detail about what to choose for a trigger, I'm probably not the person to ask, just because I haven't even done the research myself for what I want to do on my own personal gun. So I can't answer your question if you're trying to get information on what trigger to choose. But if you're looking for my opinion on whether or not you should do a trigger job, I'd say more power to you. As long as you train well, use your safety mechanisms well, use safe gun handling, I think you're fine. Thanks for the question. See you in the next one. Bye.